Matt sucks. 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 In case you haven't gotten the memo, Matt Ryan sucks. It was a horrible display this past Sunday as Matt Ryan and his Falcons went out there to Foxborough and completely shit the bed. It took him the whole game to finally get a touchdown pass. The Patriots have a defense so bad they can't stop me. Yet they needed the fourth quarter when the game was already over to finally score. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's bad enough he blew the Super Bowl all those months ago, but for him to go out there on against a completely bad defense and unable to get a farthing of a point until garbage time is just embarrassing. You know, it's ridiculous. I tell you this. Whoever voted that idiot as MVP in the NFL last year should be hiding. Actually, I take that back. Whoever voted him should be exposed as the morons they are. How could they possibly vote him as the MVP over Aaron Rodgers, the greatest quarterback in the league today, the greatest quarterback in the last quarter century? But Matt Ryan gets the MVP. You know, he blows the Super Bowl, and he and his Falcons, who suck as a whole, by the way, couldn't score until late. I mean, look at this season so far. They barely beat the Bears. They lost at home to Buffalo and Miami, the latter having Jay Cutler of all people as quarterback. And now they go to Foxborough and completely get dominated. You know, it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. And of course, it was Julio Jones that caught the touchdown. Here's an even more horrible stat. That was his first touchdown of the year. No, I feel sorry for Julio. I really do. One of the best receivers in the league, but he has a moron as a quarterback. Are you serious? And the Falcons are now in third place, entering the final weekend of October, behind the Saints and Panthers. Of course, the Saints got there with a win over the Packers. And speaking of Packers, it was Brett Hundley's big debut, his first start. He did pretty well. He actually got a rushing touchdown. And you know those people in Atlanta and Seattle had to be nauseating because even the Packers' backup quarterback is better than Ryan and Russell. But yeah, the defense, of course, let the Packers down. And we actually played we actually played some resemblance of defense that game. We'd have won that game. But thankfully, the Packers have a bye, and we have an extra day off because the next game was a Monday game against the Lions. That's at home. Big game. You got to win your division games. And speaking of which, how about those Chargers, huh? The Chargers won. Chargers have won 3 straight at back-to-back division games. They beat the Giants, then they beat the Raiders, and then they shut out Denver. That alone is an accomplishment because the Broncos hadn't been shut out in 25 years until Sunday. So they might have a shot because the Chiefs seem to be falling. They seem to be falling off a bit. They lost again a Thursday night classic, and it was a game against the Raiders that Thursday. The Raiders were given chances due to Kansas City's defensive penalties with no time left. Of course, game can end in defensive penalties. So the Raiders had not one but 2 free plays. They scored a touchdown on the second free play, and the extra point gave them the win. So the Raiders may be back on track. Who knows? And the Chargers may be in it again. Who knows? But something's seriously wrong with the Broncos. They have lost back-to-back games to teams who actually started 0-4. So something's wrong there. The Broncos, as the late great Dennis Green famously quipped, they aren't who we thought they were. So who knows what the future holds for the Broncos this season. I do know one thing, like I said, the AFC belongs to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, they're back on track. They're 5-2. They got a big win, and I think they're going to run away with this conference. They have the tiebreaker over Kansas City. New England's 5-2, but let's face it, they're nowhere near as good as Pittsburgh. So I think it's safe to say the AFC the road to the AFC is going to go through Pittsburgh, and that Big Ben's going to be in the Super Bowl for what will be the fourth time in his career. Wouldn't that be something? And all in such a short span. Of course, the Steelers historically know about short spans. They won 4 of the NFL's first 14 Super Bowls. So this is a little fun fact for you. Are we going to have an all Pennsylvania Super Bowl? Because the Eagles are 6-1, best record in the league. They had another big divisional win against Washington, and they seem to be unstoppable. Carson Wentz is amazing. He's been doing well. One of my favorite moments. The Washington thought they had him all huddled down, but Wentz got out of it. It was amazing. And so we could have. Is it possible we could have an all Pennsylvania Super Bowl? Wouldn't that be something? The Eagles and the Steelers. But it's a long season. We're still not even halfway through yet. We're not even November yet. But of course, November is basically the last chance. Teams that are like winless, like Cleveland, like poor Cleveland and San Francisco, they're screwed. Teams that have 1 win, they're kind of screwed. But the teams that have like 2, 3, November is like the last month for them to actually have a chance. If they're out of it in November, they can forget it. But yeah. So and of course Dallas, they won in San Francisco. The Rams are in first place in the West. I think the West is going to go to L.A. Damn, L.A.'s having a big year. They're in the World Series, and now they can win a division and reach the playoffs. Wouldn't that be something? The Rams, and it's all up for grabs. It's pretty much everything's up for grabs, damn near. In the NFC, the AFC, it's open. But yeah, let's switch to Week 8. Week 8 of this crazy season. It starts tomorrow with the Ravens and Dolphins. Both teams need to get back on track. Like I said, the Packers are off. We're licking the many wounds we have. Trust me, we have a lot in preparation for the Lions on the first Monday of November. As for Pittsburgh, they're the Sunday night game. They have the Lions on the road on NBC this Sunday night. And let's get this loaded here. And let's see, there's 6 teams. 6 teams are on the bye. The Rams are on the bye, so they have a week to reflect on how they're doing. Minnesota and Cleveland head to London. They'll face off there. We always send the Browns to London. I think we're trying to tell them something. Don't come back to the U.S. But the Chargers are going to Foxborough. It looks like it could be a blowout, but we don't know. It may be close, or the Chargers might upset them. Again, we don't know. Atlanta faces the Jets. The way Atlanta's playing, the Jets might blow them out. Philly plays San Francisco, so that's a given win. That's a given win for them. Kansas City, who's lost back-to-back, is playing against Denver, who is also falling. So something's got to give unless they get in the top. But 6 teams are off this week. The Cardinals, the Packers, the Jaguars, the Rams, Giants, and Titans all take a siesta on this final week of October. So those are the games. Those are the games that will take place in Week 8. And that's my review of Week 7. What a crazy Week 7 it was. As far as YouTube, of course, I will review the World Series whenever that ends. It may be, the series may end on a Saturday. Who knows? It may be a sweep. But whenever the World Series ends, I'll review that and congratulate the champion. And, of course, I'll have my review of Week 8 next week, earlier than supposed to. Hopefully, I'll get it in by this Tuesday. So, enjoy this crazy football season. It's going to be a hell of a roller coaster. And good afternoon, football fans.